Okay. House of Horrors mom collected child support on dead son rotting in apartment, prosecutors say. A Texas mother collected child support from the dead son found rotting in her apartment with her three other abandoned children, according to prosecutors. Gloria Williams is accused of leaving her three sons in a Houston apartment with the remains of their 8-year-old dead brother, Kendrick Lee. Prosecutors allege that Miss Williams, 35, was also claiming government aid for two of her children, including Kendrick. Officials say that she received additional assistance for the older daughter for a total of around $2,000 per month in aid. She appeared in a Houston court on Friday, charged with aggravated assault to a child, and is now being held on a $1.5 million bond after prosecutors asked for the judge to increase it. Court records showed the boys told investigators that their mother's boyfriend, Brian Coulter, allegedly beat Kendrick to death last November, but his body was found to be left decomposing inside the apartment as the youngsters were left to care for themselves. The oldest, 15-year-old Jordan Lee, finally called 911 and raised the alarm on 24th of October, and when police showed up, they found 10-year-old Trevon Lee and 7-year-old Javon Kirtland also at the property. Miss Williams also has two daughters who were not at the filthy apartment the boys were forced to stay at. Texas officials say the children are all in foster care and are continuing to receive the services they need to heal. Mr. Coulter has been charged with murder and is being held on a $1 million bond. He's due back in court in December. Prosecutors say that Miss Williams and Mr. Coulter were living in a fully furnished apartment 15 minutes away from the empty property where the boys were kept. The apartment was in horrible condition. We saw a soiled carpet, no furniture at all, no bedding, no blankets that we could see. We saw roaches and flies in a very bad condition for anyone to live in, Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez previously said. And in an attempt to keep her son's death a secret, she would send groceries to the apartment once a month and continue to pay the rent on it. Kendrick's death was determined by the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office to be a homicide with multiple blunt force injuries. I hope this man gets everything coming to him in prison. I hope he gets everything coming to him in prison. I really do. I hope every ugly thing that could happen to a person who is a child abuser gets, and as well as the mother. I don't hear nothing about, like, where was the father? The mother, she's a single mother, the sole custody of the children within her care, so all fault is on her. Plus, she picked men that one is dead and one is in jail. Okay? So this woman has a horrible, is horrible at picking men to be good fathers to the children. A lot of women like to put this. A lot of women, especially black women, hate to say it. Some black women with no sense would like to say, oh, well, what about the father? You're the single mother. You're the one in charge of the kids. You're the one who has sole custody of the kids. So the responsibility is solely on you. Solely on you. So there's no excuse here. But I find that a lot. A lot of women don't like accountability. The fact of holding their fellow sisters accountable. Okay. The grandmother also should be accountable because the grandmother knew something was wrong with her granddaughter and did nothing to protect these kids. The grandmother needs to be held accountable. You could always tell that it's a hood grandmother. The way they dress like they're still 20 years old, or they dress something that looks like a prostitute. You could tell they're a thought in their youth and still think they are when they're 60, 70 years old. And they want to lie and say they did the best they could for that kid. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They did not. Unfortunately, Kendrick Lee paid the price for the negligence of these women in this family. And I hope The grandmother, Gloria Williams, and her bottom shelf Brad are put under the jail. That's all I could say for now. Sad case. Such a sad case. 9 years old, beaten to death. That's how you leave this world. Your mother was too damn selfish to protect you, to put you first. I really feel for that kid. 9 years old. I really do. They need to throw the book at her. Book at both of them. Sad. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.